Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gon' talk, we gon' have fun. Woo. We be on fire, we be lit. It's a unique hustle. Big.
Check it. It's a unique hustle. It's your boy ECO, and I'm here with the lovely, amazing, outstanding, official Miss Jamaica. What's going on?
Nothing, you know, Madeo, walk on. I want y'all to stop what you're doing right now. Go like, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms. And I mean all. Our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it, we're on it. Just Google us, Boss Talk Podcast 101. We'll pop up, I guarantee you. But if you want to see all our visuals, you got to go over to our YouTube channel. There you can see all our visuals. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit a notification so you can get all of this fire content we're giving out every single day. You don't want to miss out on none of this stuff, okay? But the most important part, because y'all always ask, how can we support a brand? This is how you can support a brand. Go ahead and buy our membership. How you do so is under each and every video, including this one right here in the description section right down here below. There is a link that says join our membership. Click that link, follow the instructions, and you will get it all before everybody else. Thank you very much. We love you.
Listen, man, your guys in the building from Compton, Bumpton, all the way to Dallas, Texas, man. This guy basically is interrupting the internet like
Always.
Nobody else with different things that he say. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm getting phone calls, man. OG Piru is in the building. I told him, Mom, what's going on?
Boss talking.
Man, hold up, man. So, man, listen, man. Let's get right into it, man. Last time you was on here, and I got a call, and you said that basically the BMF situation with Frank Mathews, we talked about this, and with Freeway, Ricky Ross, and Frank Lucas.
Well, let me say this. You know I'm on prescription meds. I smoke PCP. So it's some shit that may come out my mouth that ain't really in my head. And some shit is getting old. It may be kind of backwards, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta straighten some shit right on out.
Well, what the hell happened? I mean, cause BMF, now you said a lot of stuff, but the main thing was BMF bigger than Freeway, Ricky Ross's run, than Frank Lucas's run, and then I didn't even know who Frank Mathews. I went and watched that documentary after I left here. And you was on point. They never found Frank Mathews. They say he was bigger than Frank Lucas. There's a documentary out there.
Yes. I mean, Frank Mathews left with $10 to $15 million, walked up out of court, and ain't seen him since the 70s. And white America, if they had killed him or they knew they was, white people do not want unsolved shit with Negroes.
Okay.
So today, the FBI is still making sightings of Frank Lucas. They think that Frank Mathews, and they're thinking that his girlfriend is dead, but they had no more contact. Some people say in Africa. Some people said he had a facelift and he did this. They say allegedly, but ain't nobody had no sighting since he walked out of the courtroom with $1 million bail in the 70s.
Was Frank Mathews, you feel like because of the time period he came in the game and the way he came, it basically was a thing where it pretty much was a thing where he basically changed the game like nobody else then? And nobody else.
And that's where my correction's coming. Frank Mathews had the same vision that Big Meech had. And he wasn't able to fulfill it, where Meech didn't make the money, but he was a visionary. And Meech tried to incorporate a family, BMF. Mm-hmm. And when he tried to incorporate a family, he brought different states and different hoods together in one common interest to sell dope and make money.
Right.
That's a visionary. Where Freeway was a boss. Mm-hmm. California, we don't have ties. We don't make ties. So Freeway kept his enterprise up with chaos and confusion, keeping different hoods against each other, but supplying them with the drugs. But he never had a vision. You don't have any dudes right now that's pushing Freeway. Mm-hmm. That's an independent. That boss there, he worked this and he's working it himself. with BMF, you're still having dudes call them the BMF crowd. They're still pushing that line from the loyalties, BMF Wavy, some of the guys that I know, that they're still pushing that line out of loyalty. They didn't make as much money. In the course of their 10 years, white America said they made $270 million. Took back about 10, 15 million, whatever they did, confiscated. But the difference between BMF, they used to come to California and they mess with the dudes in California, the Fats, dude from Main Street.
Because the BMF brand on its by itself it's a legacy. The name is a legacy that many people want to carry on that legacy because of what it represents and the leadership.
It represents.
Right. And when you think about Freeway Rick, it's just Freeway Rick. There is no legacy that comes behind his name.
That's what, interpreting what I said, is that Freeway, he hired a gang of crackheads, gang members, and they were still dedicated to what they were doing, not to the big picture.
Right. Because
the big picture to them was never inclusive. They were just working to get what they had to get, but they didn't have a vision.
Right, exactly. And Freeway is just all about him and, making as much money as he can make.
But that's the West Coast mentality. We don't have an embracing of OGs.
You don't have a camaraderie.
We have a camaraderie, but it's not inclusive to be generational.
Okay.
Like you say on the East Coast, like when I say I was in Milwaukee and I met the Vice Lords, and the leader of the Vice Lords, I didn't know who the minister, they talked about the minister. And I said, the minister? Well, the only minister I know is Minister Farrakhan. And then I found out about this brother, Minister Rico. Minister Rico is the godfather of the Vice Lords, right? So then you have, But
when you think about the Pyrus, though, the Pyrus or any gangs in LA, they are a movement, just like, so to say.
No, but I'm the oldest Piru living.
Right.
Now, there's a lot of people like to question that. And when you say that,
how they gonna question?
Ain't nobody really came with
Who questions it? He didn't start. I didn't say I started Piru. I said I'm the oldest active Piru in the world.
There's no other oldest active Piru.
Ain't no other older. The only one older than me is Big H, Harold Bourne, that started them.
But he's not active.
He's not active. He's done. I can show you a picture of him at his brother Dennis's funeral. The Bourne boys are the original Piru boys. They was bank robbers. His brother Mickey, Terry Bourne, Dennis Bourne, they were bank robbers.
So do you plan on being an active Piru till you die?
I'm going to be an active nigga till I die. So when the President Biden, he don't say he's an ex-John Berkshire, do he? He's just a cracker. That's the president. Oh, I can't say cracker, huh? Well, anyway, I done said it.
You can leave it out.
I told y'all I'm on prescription meds, right? So white America don't qualify themselves as ex anything. The only people that say that we did something wrong is niggas. Oh, I'm an ex drug dealer. I'm an ex. Why? I'm an ex. I'm retired. And in my drug organization, like with Rick, like I said before, do you realize how many people he employed that didn't have, that women that were on Section 8 and getting food stamps, showed them how to be pharmacists, that got them in other parts of life? Transportation, dudes transporting dope from one state to another, that's a transportation director. So in dealing with drugs and dealing with different states, dudes learn, California is territorial. We ain't going nowhere. When a drug dealer has some kids going to Milwaukee and Chicago, they had never been in this shit before. So it's the exposure. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what Meech them did. Man, like I said, the boys Dale Dog and Fats, they used to come to LA, come to Meech and his crew. They would come from Atlanta. And they wouldn't come to fuck our girls. They bring their own. And they brought their own cars on flatbeds and closed down the bar, bought the whole bars out in Beverly Hills and shit. Went to the games and was sitting right in back of Jack Nicholas watching and inviting all the Crips and everybody. This is how BNF live. We don't do that. Rick ain't never took no flatbed trucks and brought them to Mississippi or Texas, huh? He brought drugs. So BMF had a movement that's continual, that people are loyal to it. Ain't nobody loyal to Freeway.
Nobody loyal to him.
I mean, could be some, but you don't hear nobody pumping Freeway like BMF Wavy and all of them dudes. They're still holding the legacy of BMF.
Wow.
You know, they didn't make the money, but they made the impression. And that's what your boy was talking about. They're talking about he was bigger because in Bigger Than Life, they looked it.
Yeah.
They had the impression, but their tenure and the people that they took, they were so low. Shit, when they got arrested, it was 150 of them went to prison. How many went to prison with Freeway? You know?
I want to ask you about going back to the Piru, the Piru and the Bloods. Now it's a truce, right? They're not into it. No,
Pirus and Bloods ain't really never. Well, only beef Piru
because there was a lot of people didn't understand how you could say they was different. But I remember you saying it was the street and it was there already.
We're from Compton. Compton, California, 10 square miles. And in them 10 square miles, Piru was originated not because of Bloods and not because of Crips. Actually, it was an incident that happened that one of the guys got killed by a guy out of Watts. And a situation happened and they went down to the funeral home. And when they went to the funeral home and the dudes from the Jordan Downs started coming across the street, they started shooting them like, who are y'all? So we from Piru Street, the Piru boys. So they started calling them roosters. So Red Rooster, they was calling Bloods blobs at the time for this movie, The Blob. And everything ascended to red. And so Piru started wearing burgundy and Bloods wore red. So that was a difference in the coloration. So we're under the same alliance, but we're two different entities. Bloods didn't make Pirus because we don't have a blood set in Compton. It's Crips and Pirus. But we got Pirus in Inglewood, we got Pirus in Los Angeles, we got Pirus in Pacoima, we got Pirus in Pomona, we got Pirus in Sacramento, we got Pirus in Bakersfield. Everywhere on the planet is a Piru.
Wow. So when you think about it, the Pirus is basically separate. The street is really the foundational build of where it all originated.
That's where it came from, actually. That they lived on that street.
They lived on that street.
Them boys lived on their first 7 dudes. They lived on that street.
And they repped it to the fullest.
To the fullest.
Wow. And there has anybody else came after them that really signified it and repped it on a level that shows when you look at the rappers.
Everybody
it seems as if the rappers because of who they are, because of their voice, it seems like their stigma sticks more when you think about the gangs now.
Man, the 10 square miles, we do it better all over. Everything you see great is about Compton, California.
Yeah.
Everything you see great. Our movie stars, rappers, we got Game, we got Kendrick Lamar, DJ Quick, we got Dr. Dre, a plethora of artists that come out of Compton.
Why do you think Rick Ross, the rapper Rick Ross, when Game came at him on that diss track, why do you think he didn't say nothing back and he didn't even try to, when he threw the Freeway Ricky signal with the picture on there and he threw it out there like he did to tell, pretty much show that Rick Ross, the rapper Rose, is fraudulent in what did you think? Why do you think he didn't say nothing? What did you think about that?
Well, see, when you're guilty, the quickest thing to do is shut your mouth. When you get arrested, they say you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you. He the police, he know that. So the quickest way to put out a forest fire, you know how you put out a forest fire? You cut off the oxygen. So if you saying something about me, I don't say nothing back, you just bladder in your mouth, huh? So you just give people energy. I'm getting ready to give Charlie some energy right now because he been talking shit, I understand. Allegedly. I ain't heard it, but a couple of my friends told me some stuff with Mr. White.
You talking Charleston White?
Yeah, little Charlie.
What did he?
Jiminy Cricket's supposed to say something. We'll get into that.
Well, no. What did he say? Because you guys came on this show, and that's where you was gonna question him and everything. And basically at that point, when I looked at you guys, you, Melvin Farmer, Charleston White, that was early on, but it was more you guys were hidden corners and doing things together for different sectors. And I seen you do things after that, going to North Carolina, I met the Blind Goddess through you guys, just doing things to try to promote, hey man, we was here, but now we here and we want to see people do the right thing. Right. He also, at that time when I was dealing with him, was dealing with the Juvenile Delinquent Center. We met him, went over there. He had a thing called Hype. Was it Hype? Mm-hmm. Helping young people excel.
You're right.
And that was his thing. And that's how I ended up locking in with him. So at first it seemed as if the youth was the whole game and just helping people in general is the whole game, the whole bubble. But when you see him today and when you look at what you guys have accomplished on the internet, it's crazy to me how much influence that you guys have. Mm. You see what I'm saying? So when I heard you here say that he basically said something about, what was he allegedly?
Allegedly, he's supposed to have said that Melvin Farmer and Ayatollah Marv, it's a shame that they're representing and misleading children and they're not role models, and to have niggas like that running around that old still professing gangs. I haven't heard the interview or whatever it was, supposed to have been something that he talked about. If he's starving for conversation, I'll give it to him. Yeah, you understand me? Because he's looking at he sees life out of one eye, so he can't. His vision is kind of bleary because he's the same little coon that said that Martin Luther King at 25 didn't know what he was doing. You got to be the biggest imbecile on the planet to think that this man wasn't groomed to do what he doing. You 35, 45, 55, however Charlie is, and you still whacking your mouth, and you said you went into dealing with children, and I hear you trying to beat up little kids, you rape women, and do a gang of little, and somebody told me he was with Tevin Campbell, Whoa. Allegedly, I don't know. Mm-hmm. So Charlie got to, looking like Jimmy the Cricket. He better play up off of this, where this is going, because when he's talking about, I'm not a role model for anybody, but I can show you what you shouldn't do. I don't sit up here, I don't be like an extra, well, I did 25 years in prison and I made it. No, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Wow. The day when you guys were in here and you had that conversation with him right there and you told him about Buntrell, was it Buntrell?
Yeah.
He had said something and you was trying to get an explanation or just give him an explanation on he had something twisted the wrong way.
What did he, I wanted to know from him, because him and Mob James had an argument, why did he have to bring in Mob James' brother? And that was hey, you never been to Compton. You can say what you want to say about LA, but you've never been down Rosecrans. So he said, oh man, well, we can talk about it. But he's somebody that he's not going to debate with anybody. He's going to preach and do all the spouting and the hollering he can. The only person that he has ever out-talked that I seen him was Yosemite Sam at WAC 100. Boy, he told him to shut up. And the nigga shut up because he know he the police too.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the only competition I've ever heard him really on Clubhouse shut Whack 100 down, shut him down, you know. But I'm willing to, whatever he has to say, we can go over it on logic. And I've done way more for my community than he ever, talking about he changed law. What law you ever changed? Where have you been besides being a comedian that you ain't funny or doing some other whole shit? You're on the witness protection program. You testified against your crime partners. I brought the paperwork. Once the paperwork was said, you told him, yeah, that's one thing I like about him. He's a chameleon. Whatever you say about him, he embrace it. Just like you talk about Ricky Rose, you just take it because it's gonna burn out.
Wow. So do you like when you think about just the way that whole thing unfolded? It was a thing where, you know, I think all of us kind of went down roads that led us to different locations when it come down to this internet game. You know what I mean? Of course, me and you, we kept linking and talking and stuff, and you guys carried on. He goes and does different things as you see on podcasts or whatever. But at the end of the day, you willing to sit down with him and go right back to back with him if he wanted to do it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't take this personal. At first, I used to, you know what I'm saying? But I see he admitted himself, he a shock jock. He's not building anything on facts. He's building on emotion.
Wow.
And as long as he can hoop and holler, and whenever it get to a point, like when Melvin said, I don't care nothing, this CRIPS business. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. It's carried by 6 or carried by 12. I'm going to tell you about this, and ain't nobody. And he lit his little ass up and got the hell up out of here because he seen it was getting a little too deep water. Water was a little too deep. He can't swim. You know what I'm saying?
So when you think about, you know, just the whole thing that you guys came down to do, that since we back over in that right now, you guys, you feel like you wanted to have the conversation you had told me in L.A., and you guys, like I said, that's the only reason I met Melvin was through Charleston, and like you guys basically just come to have a conversation and just try to hash out where's the mishap, you know.
I just wanted to know, what did he know about Bunch of Hell? I ain't caring nothing else about nothing else.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? He didn't. Mob James didn't say his grandmama was a crackhead, or he didn't say his mama was a hoe, but he took upon himself to shoot a jab at Mob James that affected a lot of dudes in Compton.
Wow.
And all of them talked about it. Man, it's showing this about Mob James, and I'm doing this, and man, I need.
And so, you guys flew down.
So I flew down. And then when I flew down, all them other suckers talking, man, Marv, you should have slapped that nigga. Well, you can catch a plane and go down here and slap him too. So they didn't stop making planes when they put me on it.
I feel you. So
now I wanted to know, so that paperwork you got in front of you, what's all that about?
Oh, that's the she done flipped over on that. That's that BMH BMF
right.
The 270 million. This is something.
We spoke about it a little bit, but you didn't show me the paperwork, so I'm trying to see what all is on that paperwork.
The boss said, "Don't show it to you."
Oh,
damn!
That's what.
I'm the boss. So what you talking about?
Well, I didn't get the memo.
Well, you got it now. You got it now.
Well, this BMF, this is Meech them in their heyday. Mm-hmm. You know, and like I said, they establishing a movement. Right. You know, and he got his boys with him. Like I say, they come to Cali, they bring their own shit, their own money. They come in with their girls. They ain't gonna get set up with nobody. They bring their own cars. They was. When BMF come to Cali, they shut shit down all while they there.
Did you watch the movie? The series that 50 Cent? Have you been watching that at all? Okay, because they do show that somewhat.
This is he said it was some discussion about
the 270 million in the comments.
What white America say, not what Marvin say. I do say some shit. But I have research on it, so that's the, and so here we go again. we talk about an independent agent. This is Freeway Rick. He ain't got no boys with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's an independent agent.
He by himself.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? And he said, it says here, we sold several metric tons of cocaine. This is Freeway Rick. Mm-hmm. With Rick's gross revenue is claimed to be more than $9 million, which equivalent in 2023 is $2.7 billion.
Oh wow!
In profits over $3 million, which would be $110 million in 2023. During his heyday, this is where he was going.
So everybody can look at success in different ways, because he was I say a one-man movement, so to say. Yes, he had other workers under him that was working and doing stuff, but he was like a one-man empire.
He was a boss.
So he was a boss. So some people might look at that as being more impressive, but on the other hand, some people like, yeah, he was a boss, but having that vision and having that movement and being able to affect the masses the way how BMF have,
right,
that's more of a boss movement.
That's more of a boss movement.
What he did, but everybody think about it, and it's like,
if we look at the money, that's when I was first
asked about the money.
The money, and I said that's what I was equating to, and
right.
Then on my inebriation I got out of line and said something that, and this is the baddest man on the planet right here. This is Frank Mathews.
Oh, okay, that's how Frank Mathews looked.
This is Frank Mathews.
Okay.
And nobody know how he looked today. They don't know.
He's still living?
He left courtroom. Nobody ever heard from him since 1973.
Since 1973.
Since 1973. It says, this award-winning doc about Frank Mathews tells of a man richer than Frank Lucas, more powerful than the mafia, was the biggest drug dealer in America. In 73, he jumped bail and disappeared with $15 million. And he has never been seen again. Nearly 4 decades later, the fate of Frank Mathews remains a complete mystery. White America.
They don't know.
White
FBI
America
can't find him. Nobody can find him.
White America can't find him. This is Waterhead.
He hiding in Jamaica somewhere.
In Jamaica, they say in Africa. This is Waterhead Bo. Bo Bennett.
And who is he?
Waterhead Bo. He was bigger than, in his term,
than Frank Mathews.
No, he was bigger than Freeway Rick.
Okay. What year?
In the 80s. 22 years old. But he, in his 2-year run.
And what city he was from?
Did he die or did he?
No, he just got out of the federal penitentiary. Yeah, LA guy.
LA guy. Okay.
LA guy.
Because you saying when he did it.
When they arrested him, he had a house in Tempe, Arizona.
Okay.
And when they went in there, he had a hidden safe. And the feds is the one made the safe. He did a pool and a tennis court. And they went and got the safe when they arrested him. He had so much money, they couldn't count it. They waited. He had 7 tons of money.
Wow.
And it says here, Bo's profits was up to $10 million. He was doing $10 million a week. But he only lasted for 2 years.
And him, just like Freeway Rick Ross, he did not create a movement like BMF. It was just a one man. It's all about him.
That's in California. We don't have sophisticated movements. We don't, as I was saying before, the Vice Lords, the GDs, Gangster Disciplines, El Rukins, from Jeff Ford, they still carrying weight from the 70s. You feel what I'm saying? So people are still following them. Black Peace Stones, they still got a movement on the East Coast.
In that form and fashion.
From their elders. We don't have elders like that in California.
You are that elder.
I am. But they don't follow me.
He's not creating that movement like they did.
Well, at the end of the day, he's saying they don't follow him. They basically just, they recognize him and they respect him.
We haven't learned to elevate.
But in order for them to follow you, you have to create, because Meech created a way where he inspired people to follow him. Mm-hmm. So you have to have that.
I'm not gonna say that because people everywhere respect him. So it's the same thing.
But see, I'm not social like that. Respect is commanded. Nobody like me, but most of them know if they fuck over me or fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck them off. I'm not a soldier. I'm a warrior.
Piru.
Right, it's a difference.
You dig what I'm saying? So
you're not a soldier. You're a warrior.
I'm a warrior. I don't follow orders. When the gate rockets the bell with me.
So how would you categorize Meech? He's a what?
He's a visionary. Mm-hmm. He's like he's the
to make people follow him.
For Che Guevara, he's the Fidel Castro.
Okay.
But when you look at you as OG Piru, when I seen you when you come in the room, certain people that's around, or if I ask anybody, they all respect you.
Yeah, they do. But
everybody
they ain't gonna follow me to church though.
They ain't gonna follow you.
Marvin, cool. We'll get with you later.
So when you
anything foolishness, they down for it. And
but they're gonna follow me. That's what he's saying.
Because it's a different thing, but it's a loyalty to it. All the OGs on the West Coast, it's some Crip OGs that are down with it, but they gotta stay crippin'. They can't take them to church. They can't take them to the mosque. You feel what I'm saying? Oh man, homie done tripped out. Young ones. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't with that. On the East Coast, everybody fall in line under the structure. There's no structure in Cali. They ain't never had it. Everybody's independent employers that got a group, got a gang around them. And it's just like Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Humpty Dumpty couldn't put Humpty together again. Once they have a fall, you can't put them together again.
When you think about the rappers, DJ Quick, from Compton, like when you think about all the different organizations like that, they implement a togetherness as well on their level, right?
But then
Snoop Dogg as well, like on the CRIPS set with basically LBC, being from Long Beach. Like,
but then he's with the 20s. Then you got Insanes. They ain't the same. So they had a thing for a minute that the Crips put a rumor around that Snoop couldn't come to the hood no more.
Wow.
Oh, there's some dude. Yeah, Snoop said he can't come to the hood. He ain't good to the hood. I'm coming from Juma Prayer one time. I see a line of dudes on PCH and Orange at VIPs. And I see Snoop roll up. Oh, in his Jeep. Blue Jeep, jump out. Same niggas that was talking shit is blowing blunts with him.
So when he show up, it's a whole different thing.
Whole different thing when you in their face.
But when they away,
man, he ain't doing nothing for the hood. Man, he doing stayed murder mouthing.
Why do you think they do that?
That's why I call Compton Babylon, the home of chaos.
So long as he not in the hood, they gonna say he not good in the hood. But if he show up to the hood, it's gonna be applaud and smoking blunts
ain't nobody
said nothing. All that's gonna go dead.
All this gonna go dead
because he never really did nothing that was against his hood. He just doing things to try to grow his brand.
Just jealous. You can't. It's just like I tell people. You tell, well, man, I'm still in the hood, man. My boots is to the ground. I'm in the trenches. Who in the fuck want to be in a trench in 2024? You know what a trench is? A trench is a hole in the ground. Mm-hmm. They got penthouses. Mm-hmm. Why in the hell would I want to be in a trench and everybody else is elevated?
Wow. I got to ask you, I got to go back to the celebrity status. I got to go there with you. You did meet Tevin Campbell.
I didn't kiss him.
Did you meet him? Tevin Campbell, can we talk for a moment?
Yes.
Explain to me where you met him at and how.
He asked you, can we talk for a moment?
What?
He ain't asked me shit. I don't play that shit. We don't play that.
What did you see?
We was at the award. Shaq had gave a party, and matter of fact, I think I still got the watch. He had the Superman watches.
Yeah.
Had the Superman watches. So I was with Bobby Brown, and me and B Brown, they had the show at Paramount Studio. Jamie Foxx was there, Johnny Gill, Tevin Campbell, host of other movies, just celebrity. I think I'm not sure. Don't get me the line, but I will lie. I think Kobe was there.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Kobe wasn't black. He don't hang out with niggas like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, to make a long story longer, we kicking it in the party. My partner Corn with the Nation of Islam, Corn was on Johnny Gill. So he's like, man, where Johnny at? He's looking for Johnny. We walking around.
So he was his security.
He was his security. That was
Okay.
Johnny Gill's security, Big Corn. So we looking around. So we go outside in the back of the lot. They limo is down there.
Johnny Gill's limo.
Johnny Gill's limo is down there. So we walks down. So Corn opened the door to the limo. Johnny walks out, kind of disheveled.
So Johnny jumped out.
He's like, oh, what's up, Corn? Like, oh, brother, you all right? So little boy Tevin Campbell, I didn't really know who he was at that time. He jumped out with a little mayonnaise going down this.
Man, stop it, man. Mayonnaise. What?
He just had a sandwich.
Yeah, I probably.
You saying there was some white film on his?
Yeah, down the side of his mouth. And it was like, so Corn like, man.
And
what?
you say JG was acting distraught like?
Yeah, like, he's straightening shit up.
He was straightening his clothes up?
He was straightening shit up. He's getting it together. And it's just him and Tevin in the back seat of the car.
Wow.
Then allegedly, they went back to Jamie Foxx's house in him, Tevin Campbell, Jamie Foxx, they had an after party. I wasn't there. Corn tell me, like, yeah, man, these niggas was back there and wasn't no bitches there. I can't say bitches, huh? No female, okay.
No females there.
Yeah.
So this is Hollywood talk about these Diddy
that was
parties.
2005.
2005.
And you said Jamie Foxx, Tevin Campbell, and who?
Johnny Gill.
Johnny Gill.
Okay. Leave Jamie Foxx out of this, okay?
She's a Jamie Foxx fan.
Leave Jamie Foxx out of this.
I didn't bring him in there. He asked me.
I can see Tevin. I can see maybe Johnny
you don't know
Gill,
them folk business?
but not no Jamie Foxx.
Allegedly,
seen Tevin Campbell.
Terrell, Texas, Jamie
Wait a
Foxx.
minute. You seen Tevin Campbell.
I seen Tevin Campbell.
And you seen something on his mouth.
I seen something on his mouth, kind of mayonnaise.
And where were they coming out of? A car or the back
Out of
room?
limousine.
Out of limousine. And you don't know if they had food in there.
I didn't say they didn't have food. He asked me was I there. It's 11 o'clock at night.
Where were they going to?
They were at a function that Shaq had given. And he was giving everybody Superman, all the celebrities.
So they were going back home.
I don't know where they was going. I was just there. I was with B Brown. I was with Bobby Brown. Did I say that? And I left him to walk with my friend Cornelius. I done told him your name, Corn. So so you out there. So we walks to the limo. He's looking for his primary. It's Johnny Gill.
Right.
He walking. We go down to the limo. He opens the door. Again, he opens the door. And his primary jumps out, straightening up, like, oh, yeah, Corny, I was out. And the little boy comes out behind him and have residue on the side of his mouth.
Wow.
Anything else you need to know?
Wow.
He just had a sandwich. That's what
he had a sandwich.
Well,
yes.
I don't know what he was doing in the back of that car. I'm not in the back of it, but OG Piru say he came out distraught. Him and JG looking different, looking kind of like what's going on.
Looking like sausages.
Wow. Man, you have told some stories, man. You told about Bobby Brown and Vivica, and you told about Brandy, and you told about when B Brown was going to throw Usher over the ledge. You've told the stories that a lot of people wouldn't have never heard, man. Do you feel like, these stories, man, really is our history of what happened behind the scene with the entertainers of the world?
I mean, it ain't no history. It's just what black people do. We all subject. People look at a person and put them on a pedestal that you don't have a nigga moment. We have nigga moments. I don't want to throw nobody under the bus. We have sex. We having sex. Some people have sex the way they want to have sex. He ain't dealing with monkeys or baboons or so like some of these crackers. I can't say cracker. Anyway, but they don't display their dirty laundry. And I don't like to downplay no blacks in what they doing because I got enough peckerwoods that I can talk about that you're gonna bleep. But anyway, so this is some shit that go on, and we got to understand that. And to Usher's defense, he was just impressed with being with Bobby, and he was like overzealous, and Bobby got paranoid about it, and dude grabbed him around the neck too hard, and B. Brown just grabbed him. I ended up breaking my finger behind that, separating them. But those are just some things we got that we get
nigga
people,
moments.
Yeah, nigga moments. We have them in the hood every day.
Wow, well, Diddy's definitely having a hell of a nigga moment right now.
Yeah.
Now even watch this. Trump is having a nigga moment. He has gotten 30-some felonies, and they
34.
don't know, and they don't know how this is going to end up.
Wait a minute. Let me see this. How in the hell you mean they don't know how? I ain't got but 5 felonies. I can't work nowhere. I can't even get a goddamn janitor job because I'm an ex-felon.
And they say he can still become president.
Here's this cracker, got 34 goddamn felonies, and they still talking about he can be president. Well, shit, why can't I be the governor at least? I didn't steal no money from nobody. I kind of did on this one, but I'm just saying.
But he committed fraud and all
allegedly.
That. But they said the only thing he cannot do, he cannot own his own firearm and have them at a house because he's a felon. I can't have a firearm. I can't vote. All your voting privileges is gone when you're an ex-felon in California. So they got the only place that has something different is y'all state, because y'all state is called the sovereign state of Texas. They do it different than anybody on the planet. Yeah. The sovereign state. The only two states, and D.C. is not a state. It's the District of Columbia. Right.
And they run their own rules. Everything else is under the Constitution. But D.C. and the sovereign state of Texas. So New York is just like Compton. So if this motherfucker got 30, and I love Trump. Trump is a businessman. He's a WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
So if you could vote, you would vote for him.
I sure in the fuck would. Black people in America, we're in such a fucked up dilemma. The best thing happened to us was Trump. Trump is the first president ever attack white folks. His first 100 days, he put taxes and tariffs on white business. If you don't bring it back to America, he start charging the car companies. Bring that shit back home. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that made over $100 million, he was taxing them 15%. He didn't give a fuck because he's a 1%er. He's a billionaire. Everything other than that is a nigga to him. And he knows that blacks are the most valuable product in America. Before we was with Mike Tyson. We went to Trump Towers in New York, and he laid everything out for Mike. Mike's room was $25,000 a night. Our room was $5,000. He had dinners, he had this. All he wanted to do was take pictures with Mike. He done favors for P. Diddy. He did things for Jay-Z. But when he ran for president, he didn't call now one of them niggas out, huh? He's loyal to blacks. The only one that stood up for him was Don King.
And Steve Harvey. Well, he went down there.
Steve Harvey, he had buck dancing motherfucker.
He went down there though.
Later, after he didn't do it.
He won.
After he went down there to talk. Well, Kim Kardashian did too. So Steve Harvey probably sucked his dick like Kim did.
Damn.
Oh, excuse me.
Damn.
I can't say that.
Why do you not like Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey is a fake. He's another selfish that is all about him, ain't about nobody else. That book that he wrote, anything
Think Like a Man.
his bodyguard wrote the book first.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
And his bodyguard was getting more publicity than him. Nephew Tommy was getting more play than him, and he's walked but Nephew Tommy stood his ground. But everybody that come around Steve Harvey, he tried to put a shadow over him.
Wow.
He's not a good comedian.
You don't like this comedy?
Man, this comedy is whack as hell.
You don't like his comedy at all?
What? Nothing. He was so whack when Kings of Comedy. He was at the forum in the Kings of Comedy, right? And Cedric the Entertainer came.
Bernie
D.L. Hughley and Bernie Mac, and he tried to end up, and his shit was so whack. Dude, man, he said, I don't care whether you think it's funny or not. You already paid the ticket, and a dude threw a bottle of Raymay at him.
Damn.
Like, nigga, get your ass off the stage.
So people not trying to hear that.
Man, ain't nobody trying to hear no damn Steve Harvey. I mean,
wow.
All the blacks that need jobs, how is he on the radio, got Family Feud, got the Steve Harvey show? How is this one man? White America elect one nigga, just one nigga at a time. We ain't gonna have 2 or 3. So how would you just take all these jobs? That's greed.
Wow. I gotta ask him this. I seen you with a picture. You sent me a picture when Sauce Walker had a issue up and he came and y'all. I think it was you and Melvin on that picture. I think no, it was just you on that picture. Just you and me. Him.
Yeah.
And here recently, he was in the hood giving away money to the kids, and he was carrying a rooster in his hands.
Yeah.
He had a rooster, a real chick.
He's with that roost shit, 100%.
I know you probably ain't see. I'm sure.
No, I ain't seen that.
But yeah, I
got to go down to Houston.
You got to go down there and check him out.
Yeah.
How impressed was you with that young cat and how he moves? You know, like,
man. I mean, he came up in there. We was at the pop up He knew me. I didn't know him.
Yeah, that's my boy. I met him. I finally met him. Remember, I told you I met him in Vegas. He was cool as ever.
Yeah, he like, man, OG, whoop the wham. Then one of my boys in Texas told me that we used to deal with his father back in Houston, back in the day when we was running dope in Houston, right? But yeah, he's a straight up a 100 kind of. I heard a couple little rumors about him, but you hear anytime you doing something, there's rumors.
They're always gonna have rumors.
And Negroes is going
can't be all good.
Yeah, they got to bring something. Well, you ain't doing this and you ain't doing nothing either. Because if you was, you wouldn't be sitting here looking at him.
Yeah, right there. He got that rooster in his hand.
That's right.
Yeah.
And people not realizing it's a representation for some.
They know.
Who need to know? No.
They know. Them on the other side, they looking hard. Nigga carrying a rooster. All right. He represented. Yes, sir. Yes.
Man,
when he do that?
Just here recently, like probably 2 days ago.
Okay.
He gave the kids money, and he always do stuff.
Giving back. I mean,
he always do stuff for the community, man.
Yeah, it's just little things you can do that change people's mind. And I don't advocate money because money is not the cure all. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a leaking sore.
Yeah,
it only lasts for a minute, but it's just like with I always got to give Big U my.
You always talk highly about Big U
because he did something. Him, Michael Concepcion. When you talk about another rich, the richest gangster on the West Coast is Michael Concepcion.
Yeah, you always say that.
And a wheelchair, been in a wheelchair since '77. And got multi-millions.
How he make his money? Where he make his money from?
He got a little, that the Keebler elf that got the gold.
Right.
He got one of them, and it just brings him out every time his money get low. He'll get some more gold.
Wow.
That's not what I heard, but I'll leave it alone.
Okay, see,
allegedly.
Well, he ain't took no fault.
I heard what he's been doing it for a very long time.
A long time, since 78, 79. you know, and been successful at it. The same thing that Freeway did. He flooded different hoods and made it and turned it into where White America, Clive Davis him started. And then he did We All in the Same Gang. Put Bloods and Crips together and made a rap song and put Kendrick down, you know. So he does different things, but Big Hugh, he went and got, I think it was 100 black boys. It's hard to find 100 black boys in California. 100 Mexicans everywhere. He got them together, took them down, and bought them suits. They had never had hard shoes before. Dressed them up, showed them how to tie a tie, and took them to a restaurant in Beverly Hills. They didn't know the soup spoon from the salad fork, but that little bit of impression, just going there and seeing that, may changes a person's mind.
Let me ask you this.
Hold on, I wanted to ask him something. So going back to the P. Diddy stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask about.
What P. Diddy? Why y'all picking on P. Diddy?
No, but that's the thing I'm trying to figure out is I'm not picking on P. Diddy, but
no, he definitely being picked on.
No, I'm not picking on P. Diddy.
Well, you brought him up.
But I'm bringing him up because I'm trying to figure out, as far as long as P. Diddy been doing what he's been doing, as in like in the entertainment industry, creating stars and doing, you know, his movement and throwing these parties, having a lot of friends in the industry. Why a lot of these friends are not standing up or stepping up and saying,
shit.
hey.
In slavery time, when Master came and hung one nigga, then other niggas didn't go put their neck in the noose, did they? It ain't changed. It's just modern slavery.
These normally it's always the wife or the family member who would jump up and try to, you know, stop it.
No, they wasn't. That sound
Sometimes.
good. That sound good in roots, but in real life, that didn't happen.
Let me ask you this. I was going to ask about Diddy too. I was really saying Biggie's mother. You told me that she said she wanted to slap Diddy now, and
after seeing
that video.
After seeing the video, because before she was just like she couldn't believe it. You know,
but once she
forth.
seen it, she believed it. Like
so now she want to slap him.
She said she want to slap him,
and then her ass gonna go to jail. So she can slap somebody, but he can't? Make it make sense.
She's not beating him up like that. She gonna give him one slap.
Him?
That's different.
For a girl, they allegedly she was gonna slap me and she gave me a 2-piece and knocked me the hell out. I ain't hell no.
I want to ask you. I want to keep it on that Diddy. You and you see Gene. Gene is still. He's campaigning every day. He got a new video out every day. Gene Deal reveals Diddy's drug mule was a confidential informant. The white guy that did it. Did you hear that as well?
No, I knew that when I saw that cracker.
What made you think that?
What is a 24-year-old white boy doing around you unless he's a setup? The man don't look that bright. He is a real police informant that they send this sucker in here to do. Yes, I know. I already when I saw that they arrested him, and he's the only one in the whole black crew that had cocaine.
Sure did.
Everybody else get arrested, but he the only one. Now he the mule for Diddy, and this bitch ass nigga Gene Deal, he got spoiled grapes. No, I knew that. How you know? You ain't been around him in years. Where he get the information from? He worked with the police too. Oh, he is the police, ain't he?
Gene Deal.
Huh.
Yeah, I remember you said y'all ran up on him when was seeing him.
He was up against that wall like he was a fly on it, and Puffy jumped over the rail and went to the limousine.
Wow. You got to understand, man, all of the stories that Gene actually talks about, he always talk about Diddy this, Diddy that. He was around and seen a lot of these things happen, or dealt with a lot of the deals.
And he was around, and he didn't have enough intellect, being a big bodyguard, a big dummy, a stunt dummy. He mad because he never made Diddy buy him a house. He don't have any long money. Out of doing all being around him, it hurts you to be around a millionaire and see him spending all this money, and then they fire you.
Do you feel like Gene Deal is right when he say Oprah and Gayle and them should have spoke out for Diddy?
Well, shit. Why did
Because they his friends
spoke out for him?
For him.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Did
Like
he
now-
speak out for him?
All I know, I just hear a lot of talk. You know, like I say, Gene Deal was his main guy. Now would be the time, if you really rock with him, to be there for him.
Yeah, well, he wasn't rocking with. He ain't like Puffy since they separated.
I wonder, did he get fired? I didn't know hear how to separate. I got to research that.
He didn't leave on good terms because and he ain't a homeowner. He ain't riding around in a brand new Benz, so he didn't leave. I don't have nothing to say about no detail that I've been on negatively.
Yeah.
Because I got my piece. I bought my house through security. Everything I got good stories about the shit I did. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some dudes be with these celebrities and they have sex with a couple of girls and smoke a little weed and this and that and get no. Dude, promise you, yeah. Because like the cheapest detail I ever went on, and I left him, was with Black Ground Records. What's his name? Who's doing the Black Ground Records? We'll talk about that again some other time.
If you on a detail and you see Diddy or whoever, anybody slap their mama, Gene Deal talks about Diddy slapping his own mama.
Okay.
What's your reaction in that?
Shit, his mama ain't paying me, he is. Shit, slap who the fuck you want to slap.
You just gonna chill. You gonna sit back.
Ain't my. I would tell you something, but
He knows something. He knows something.
He holding it back.
He holding it back.
I can't put it out like that. But I had to tell her, hey, I'm with Team Tyson, homie. I don't know whatever you're going through.
let me ask you this: do you feel like, because he also says that Diddy should, Biggie's mom should sue Diddy for lying. He lied to her, you know, when it comes down to her son and you know, all the stuff that was going on with Bad Boy. He says that now, but when the stuff was actually taking place,
He ain't said a word.
He was over there with him.
Yeah, spoiled grapes. Now you want to say, yeah, he should have done this because he held back on this. Well, you held back on shit too, because you was there when Biggie got killed, and you knew Greg Keaton was there. You knew the police was there, and when you identified the person that did the shooting, you said he was a little peanut head, looked like a Muslim, and they said it was Omar Muhammad. Then after Poochie get killed, everybody said it was Poochie. Poochie looked like a little pit bull. Been wearing a beard ever since. So they had lined him up. So you was part of the setup too.
Wow. It's a lot of stuff going on with them tapes, man. So, you know, you see a lot of people trying to figure out ways not to be a part of it. I think that's why a lot of time they quiet. Nobody want to be seen right now. Talking about what happened when they was over there. So people falling back. The fallback game serious.
Everybody's scared.
Nervous if something else gonna come out.
Yeah. You know?
Wow.
So, like, I'm just saying, me and Captain Shaheed Muhammad was there.
And y'all seen a lot of this stuff going
Seen
on.
a lot of it.
That's why I love the fact that when you guys was dealing with stuff, you didn't come back and expose different things about what was going on those secret details or whatever they had going on, a lot of times in a negative way, because you was there to do a job.
Well, I ain't a party to your party. Whatever you doing with the Nation of Islam, we don't smoke, we don't drink around you, you don't even eat around you. When you're doing a detail, you doing your job. And we stay doing our job. So if you go by, I'm not gonna sit in a room with you and 5 women. That's your thing. Whatever you do on the other side, I was assigned to go on the other side of the door when I partake and saw what was going on with B. Brown and Vivica Fox right?
Yeah.
So it was just, and I didn't disturb it, you know, and I didn't take no pictures. Now today I'm saying I should have took some.
Yeah.
So no, there's a whole different dynamic. That's just like going back to your boy Charlie. Charlie, he made a statement a couple of weeks ago talking about Trump and talking about government, and he said the problem is that everybody has a nation. It comes to America. Everybody has a nation. The Chinese have a nation that they can go to, and that the Negroes, we ain't got a nation. Yes, we do, but y'all don't follow it, the Nation of Islam. So no matter what your dynamics are or whoever you believe in, if you have a better program, let's follow your program. If you don't, fall in line.
Wow.
We can deal with something else once we get accomplished something. I was just on the plane with a dude from India when I came here, right? And he's trying to be, he grew up in Modesto. He lives in Dallas now, and his people are Indian. And his father owns property in India. He got trucks, and he do long trucking. So he's 35 years old. He living American dream. So he was telling me about blacks. I said, wait a minute, motherfucker, what is you saying? Well, man, you have the opportunity. Y'all just ain't, you don't have no unity. I say, what unity do a black man in America have? We don't have a nation. Everybody succeeds in America. China got China. Puerto Rico got Puerto Ricans. Italians got Italy. Iranians got Iran. What do Negroes got? It ain't no Negro land. So everybody comes to America and put a piece of their culture in America. You got Little Havana, Little Saigon, Little Tokyo, Little Germantown. We're a little Negro town. So we've been infested with 600 years of indoctrination, of loving the white man. And we don't want to be free. We just want white people to like us. So we have no connection. And when I told him, I said, check this out, bro. You play video games? He says, yeah, I play video games. I say, have you played Call of Duty? He said, yeah. I say, you played Grand Theft Auto? He said, yeah. I said, a couple other games you play. I say, in them games, you can kill a Mexican, a white man, or a Mexican, a black, or a monster, or even an Arab in Call of Duty, but it's not one game that you can kill a white man. So we've been indoctrinated to kill each other, and they kill us. When the police, we go, man, they're taking Black Lives Matter. When a police comes in, first of all, if you do something to me, I should call my homies or my mother or the church. When I call the police, I'm trying to get you killed. That's what they come, that serve and protect means commerce. Police protect, serve and protect buildings, not niggas. So if you go, we was in Langley, and they have a course, the CIA have a course, big as Compton. And you go through the course and these targets, and an Arab come out, it's a good kill. A gang member come out, it's a good kill. A white man come out, you shoot him, that's a bad kill. That's a citizen. So when police at their training, they shoot at black targets, and they're instructed to empty their guns. So when they get under pressure and they see you, they don't see you as a black man or a person, they see you as a target. Whether you're a kid or 80 years old, when you're black, you're just a target. Because you have to understand the dynamics. When you see a white man, he can kill 1,000 niggas and he get a hamburger, huh? Or he talk him down. We look at Trump, 34 counts, and he can still run for president. I can't get a job as a dog catcher.
Come on, man.
Nigger crime and white folk crime, huh? Now you see the divide.
Man. OG Piru on Boss Talk 101.
That's what we doing.
It's going
where the
down.
bosses talk.
Man, did y'all hear this, man? Explosive interview, man. It's going down, man.
Charlie, I'm looking for you, too.
Wow, we back on the map, man. Hey man, listen man, thank you for coming on the show, man. How can you, well, I don't even ask you that. Like, just follow Boss Talk. You can find OG Piru. He already done told y'all. So it's going down, man. Listen, man, thank you for coming on the show, man. Listen, make sure you guys watch these clips, man. It's going down. It's been another great segment. Make sure you watch this next clip because OG Piru just put it down. He gave you some explosive info. You don't want to miss this, man. It's been another great segment of Boss Talk 101 where the bosses talk.
And we out.